Hi there, so this is an explanation of how to do the diagnostics stool and saliva test kit at home. Okay, so the best way I can describe this is you've got the contents in the box. The brown capped vials are for the stool, the blue are for the saliva, and you don't need to worry about the green one. That one is for urine. You'll be taking a urine sample when we give you your blood draw. Go to have the lab do the blood draw. So you've got 4 blue vials. Each are labeled with a different time of day. So you've got afternoon, you've got midnight, you've got morning, and so each time of the day is on there for when you're going to collect saliva into the tube. And the amount of saliva you have to collect in each one, there's a little line indicator here, and you have to fill it up to the 5, which is that top line right there, with lots of saliva. And it needs to be liquid saliva, not bubbly saliva. So make sure that if it's like looking kind of foamy in there, that you tap it down and knock some of the bubbles down. Okay. And then, so that's an overview. If you need a kind of a visual of it, of what step-by-step process in this little pamphlet called the General Specimen Collection, you're going to follow not this top section, but the bottom one. Step by step, it just kind of takes you through what I just described. You spit in it, collect it to the 5, tap it down, put it back in the baggie, and then as through the day, as you collect each one, store them in the fridge until you're ready to ship everything off.
Okay.
Okay. And now for the stool collection, also stool collection is here. Step 1, 2, 3. What you basically do is you want to get a little bit of saran wrap, and you want to put that in the bottom of the toilet seat, push it down a little bit so it has a little catch, and collect the stool.
Okay.
Then you're going to use there's a little scooper device, a little spoon attached to the lid. So you pull the lid off and you use that to scoop and fill up as shown there. You fill it up, break the spoon off, put the cap on, and then shake it really good. And then store each one as you do it in the fridge.
Okay.
Okay. So now you're going to notice that there's 2 blue vials and 1 pink one. And here's how you're going to collect and schedule, because you got to collect these all together, and I need to show you how that's done. Okay, so this weekend on Saturday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's a 3-day collection process because the lab needs to get this as soon as possible so that it's fresh. So on Monday morning, you're going to mail it out and it'll get to the lab Tuesday or Wednesday. Whereas if you do this right now towards the end of the week and then you mail it out on Friday,
right,
it won't get there until next week, and the stuff will go bad. Okay, so you got Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday is going to be your stool collection number 1. Sunday is going to be stool collection number 2. Friday is a B vial. So you've got 2 B's and an A. The A is the pink one.
Okay.
Okay. A little confusing, but as long as we have this drawn out, it'll become more clear. So the lab wants you to have 2 different collections with a day in between so they can do a comparison analysis.
Okay.
So on stool collection number 2, you're going to be doing the B and an A together from the same stool.
Okay.
So you do the first one, which is a B, and then you finish off and fill up the last 2 on Sunday.
Okay.
that make sense?
Yeah. Does it matter what time or anything during
Nope.
the day? Just whenever.
Just-
okay, good.
Yeah, just whenever you gotta go to the bathroom. Okay, now on Saturday, you're gonna wake up in the morning, and you're gonna do your AM collection, your noon collection for the saliva, your afternoon, and midnight. Okay?
Okay.
The AM is 6 to 8 a.m. when you wake up, fasting. Noon is 11 to 1. PM is 4 to 6 p.m. Midnight is 10 to 12 p.m. AM. And I say try to get closer to 12 a.m. because we get a better accurate reading of what your cortisol levels are at that time.
Okay.
And so be sure to put on each of the tubes your name and your date of birth with a little Sharpie marker
Okay.
so that they don't misplace anything.
Do they also want the specific time that I
Yep.
that I
it's-
took? Okay.
Yep. And so where you'll mark that is on this form. And I'm highlighting those. So on the form, I'm going to show the video here real quick. On the form on this side with the picture about the stool, you're going to mark the time that the stool collection was collected right here. And then for the saliva over here, the collection date is here. The basic written instructions for each one. On the right column is the fecal specimens. There, you want to pay attention to, there's foods to avoid 3 to 4 days prior.
Okay.
Okay, that's real important because that'll mess up the stool collection. On the saliva collection on the left column, there's also some things you want to avoid on the day before and the day of. Mainly, you want to avoid caffeine or any stimulants because that'll mess up your hormones. And no chocolate because that has caffeine in it. And no Pepto-Bismol or bismuth or antacids either.
Okay.
That'll mess up the results. But just make sure you read through all these instructions. Disregard this bottom section right here. I'm going to put an X on it.
Okay.
Okay, so that section on the X.
Am I sending this back then? 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm filling
this-
out what time. Okay.
Yep, that goes to the lab. On the opposite side here, I'm going to mark which tests are going to be run. But you need to put your last name, your first name, your sex, and your date of birth there. And then right here, I completed collecting my samples on the month, day, and year. And it's going to ask you were the samples refrigerated after collection, and you want to make sure you refrigerate them and answer yes.
Okay.
And then this is already paid for, so you don't need to worry about sending a payment with this. If you made the payment, so it's already taken care of.
Okay.
And that's pretty much how you do the saliva and stool collection at home. If you have any questions, please call the office and we'll try to answer and clarify anything. So remember, our office number is 206-624-0397. Okay, thanks.